know what to do. This is my HomeServe homie, Randy. Oh, your hands are warm. He's a bona fide HomeServe HVAC tech, and he's here to show us how he investigates a heating outage and what he does to address it. Now, Randy, as a dedicated DIYer, my motto is if I can do it, they can do it. But if I can't do it, and they can't do it, somebody's got to do it. And quite frankly, with this, I have no idea even where to start. When you get called out on a service call for a heating outage, how do you go about diagnosing the problem? Is it a process of elimination based on symptoms?
Yeah, process of elimination based on symptoms. Some of the feedback from the customer will lead us to where we need to go first and foremost. Some equipment has diagnostics, and we just take it from there.
So in that case, what typically comes first?
Checking the thermostat. Always look at the thermostat first. It could be as simple as needing batteries. Make sure it's turned up, make sure it's turned to heat, and then we go from there.
So Randy, how many possible scenarios might you go through before you actually land on the problem? I mean, it's always in the last place you look, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, it could be as simple as it sticks right out, or we might have 4 or 5 steps before we actually get to the problem.
And how long might that take?
Anywhere from 5 minutes to an hour, even more in some cases. All right, so here at the equipment, and this furnace right here is designed with a control board that actually has diagnostics. So the first thing I'm going to do is look through this little window down here and see if I can see the diagnostics through the window. So we're getting 2 codes, 46 and a 57. So we're going to open up the door, and we have a list of all the possible errors right here. So we're looking at 46 and 57. 46 is low pressure switch is open or closed. 57 is high pressure switch is stuck open. So we're going to be looking at the inducer and anything related to vacuum. So we're going to shut the power off and get up into the upper compartment. And we're going to be looking at this guy right here. This is the inducer. This is what removes the flue gases from the house, sends it outside. The switches in question are these 2 switches here. This is the low pressure switch. This is the high pressure switch. First thing we're going to do is pull the vacuum tube to make sure there's no water or no moisture. Now right out the bat, I can feel this and it's hot. So I'm going to be checking for seized bearings, or this one is equipped with a capacitor. I'm going to check the capacitor. I'm going to see if there's anything going on there. So I'll start with the capacitor because it's easy to get to. I'm going to remove this protective boot. We can see we got 2 wires connected. I'm going to remove both wires. So I'm going to set my meter to microfarads. That's the rating that we check capacitors in. And we're just going to go across 2 leads. And it's going to register 5.8 microamps. This is a 5 microamp capacitor, and we're getting 5.8, so it's within the tolerance. Everything is good with the capacitor. So now we're going to be looking at seized bearings or something happening internal with the motor. Right here we can see the outer bearing, and we can see the shaft, which is right in the middle. I can actually spin this pretty freely. That can tell me right there the fact that that shaft moves so freely that this motor needs to be replaced. The internal windings are no good. So we're going to get a new motor, pop it in, and they will have heat. So now we have a new inducer in here. We got a new seal behind here with RTV, which is high temp silicone. We've replaced our switches and we've put all of our plugs back in. We're going to turn the power on and everything should fire up. Inducer's running. That's a good sign. So now we can put everything back together and go give the customer the good news. And one of the final things that I like to do is just wipe everything down in the cabinet, make it as clean as possible.
So Randy, let's get down to brass tacks. How much is this going to cost me?
The national average for a service call is going to be in the description below. And with that being said, it could be as simple as batteries in a thermostat, or you could get a heat exchanger, which is thousands of dollars.
Now that you've seen all that, homeowners, what do you think? DIY dilemma or a problem for the pros? Let us know in the comments.